Right down.
That open.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's nerves in the end.
The tempo does.
Get up a little higher. Do it. Do it right hand. That's it. Right hand. Quick. Quick. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah.
I ain't never get around to doing it. Grandfather bringing all the smoke in, baby. What they think you go, how they do that thing, cooking it, that's what it means. And we gonna be cooking, Marley.
Behind the build-up to Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez, both men grind through brutal camps, their focus razor-sharp. Each session hones skill and mindset, revealing discipline, strategy, and a burning will to win. A high-stakes clash driven by pride, ambition, and the need to prove unquestioned superiority in the ring.
It's fun. It's a fun day every day, but it's serious when he's sparring. He gets down to nitty-gritty, does his thing, just embarrasses a lot of the sparring partners. And again, I tell them, have fun in there. Like, just make boxing great again, make boxing fun again. Oh, it is a little one.
Man, I've been working my ass off so much.
His opponent is undefeated. He's a frigidity boxer. He jumps in, jumps out. But there's one thing we see that he don't do, and we'll tell you when we do it.
Teofimo Lopez pushes himself through a grueling training session under the watchful eye of legendary coach Freddie Roach. Every punch is sharp and deliberate, revealing speed, power, and unwavering focus. Roach keeps the pace relentless, demanding discipline and precision. The session underscores serious preparation, showcasing Lopez's hunger to improve and his commitment to sharpening every skill ahead of a major test in the ring.
I can get to me. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, hook there. Double hook. Good back.
Share a lot of the same values, so right now we're doing some signatures, we're going to do some giveaways, really putting the fans first, so when he wins, the fans are going to win, even a free beer giveaway after he knocks out his opponent this fight.
Just doing things like this is what really matters, you know, at the end of it. When I'm in there in the gym, I'm having a great time, that's what I love to do, but over here, you know, it's just all about giving back. Just stay tuned, man, you guys can win one of these too, one of these bad boys.
Shakur Stevenson's camp runs with cold focus and discipline. The work is quiet but relentless, built around footwork, timing, and clean execution. The mood is confident, not chaotic, every round deliberate, reflecting a fighter who trusts his craft and is all in on the test ahead.
Oh my God.
Shakur Stevenson speaks candidly about the challenge of facing Teofimo Lopez, acknowledging that many expect a hard, dangerous fight. He understands why. He has known Lopez since their amateur days and respects his talent. Stevenson explains that this matchup was a calculated choice, taken to push himself and raise his game to another level. He seeks out pressure, not comfort, fights that force growth. He also makes clear that his mindset never changes, domination in every ring in any city. He wants to perform with such clarity and control that there is no room for doubt, no space for controversy on the scorecards. That standard drives his preparation and sharpens his focus. Looking ahead, Stevenson believes a convincing win here would transform his trajectory, cementing him among the sport's elite and strengthening his claim as one of boxing's true pound-for-pound greats.
I mean, they absolutely right to have their opinion. I already know this guy's good. I done came up in the amateurs with him. I chose this for that reason. Like, I chose this because I wanted to challenge myself. I wanted to put myself in a situation to where I'm able to raise my game up to another level. So that was my whole purpose.
Do you feel like you got to be real dominant in this fight? Because, I mean, Teo, he from New York, and, you know, you having a fight in New York and the judges, man. You never know, yo.
He not from New York. But he not from New York. He not from New York. He probably was born in New York, but like being from New York is like I'm raised and I'm brought up in New York, and I known him for years and years, and I always seen him out of Florida. Like that's where he was out of, Florida. So I don't look at him like a fighter that's from New York. So, but do I gotta be dominant? I think every fight that I set up, I want to be dominant. I don't care who in front of me. I want to dominate. I want to beat you to where judges don't feel like they can rob me. So I always got that feeling. I always got that chip on my shoulder.
If you do win this fight, what do you think it does for your career?
I think it put me top 5 pound for pound. I think it puts me like one of the best fighters in my era. I think it just established that I'm that guy. Like, I'll be one of the 4 kings that they call the 4 kings, and it also depends on the fashion that I do it. So, it's gonna be interesting.
But what be going on with this Teo dude, though, man? I be seeing these videos online of him making racist comments. You be seeing that, man?
I think he's an attention seeker.
Roy Jones Jr. offers a sharp, reflective look at the divide between old school and new school fighters, centering on how respect was handled in his era. He explains that back then, certain words or gestures simply could not be thrown around face to face without consequence. If a line of disrespect was crossed, there was an immediate price to pay. For Jones, once respect is broken, confrontation isn't optional, it's inevitable. Letting it slide, he says, sends the wrong message and makes a fighter look weak. Old school fighters answered quickly, testing a man's intentions and setting firm boundaries to protect their pride, their name, and their legacy. To Jones, this is about far more than just throwing punches. It's about manhood, honor, and making sure no one ever questions where you stand. He notes that some modern fighters now provoke on purpose, using disrespect as a test to see how others react. In Jones's view, that kind of behavior cannot go unchecked. Respect, he insists, is non-negotiable. How a fighter responds when it's challenged reveals his character, discipline, and credibility, proving that in boxing, as in life, boundaries and personal integrity are everything.
To announce the fight. I don't understand the press conference. Shakur Stevenson looked confused about the press conference. Teofimo Lopez is known for saying outlandish things, but I've noticed over the last couple years, he's making less and less sense when he speaks. Like, the types of things that he's saying at the press conference are just unnecessary. The things that he's saying and the way he's saying it, I don't know if it's nervous energy. I don't know if he's just trying to get a rise out of these cameras and people online so they can talk about him. I really don't know what it is, but I don't understand why guys do things like that. What does that have to do with the fight? What does that have to do with boxing? Only thing you might accomplish out of that is making Shakur Stevenson mad, and he try to make you pay for that come fight night on January 31st. I don't get that kind of stuff. See, we'll look at stuff like that and we'll laugh at it in the sport of boxing, and we won't say that that's affecting boxing or hurting boxing. We'll just say that's just the way fighters are. But we'll get mad at a Jake Paul and we'll say that he's ruining boxing because you don't like Jake Paul or the things that he says or the fact that he's making money in a space that he didn't grow up in. To me, these are the kind of things. Press conferences like that, when you got Teofimo Lopez saying some of the things that he said, that's the kind of stuff that give boxing and fighters a black eye. That's why when we walk in a room and people know that you fought for a living or you currently fight for a living, they expect a certain type of thing. They look at you a certain type of way, and you almost gotta prove that you're not that to be able to get some respect when you're speaking to people, because they don't expect us to be people who are sensible, people that can articulate their words, people that can be sensible about how they go about their everyday life. So I personally, listen, everybody goes about this fight thing, this competition thing different. I'm not saying nobody has to be like me, got to be like you or anybody else. Be yourself. But that kind of stuff, to me, I don't really see a place for it in the sport of boxing. It don't make sense. It got everybody scratching their head, and your opponent who came there to talk to you about this fight, he wants to hear what you got to say about what you're going to do to him and vice versa. But you got an opponent in Shakur Stevenson who's confused now. He literally was looking around like the look that Shakur Stevenson had on his face was, I did not come here for this. And I think he even said, I really don't know what to say about it. That don't make for a good press conference to me.
Yeah, I know. But see, this is what I try to tell you about. I know y'all don't hear me a lot of time when I say it. There's old school and there's new school. Old school has something like that been said, they would not have allowed us to be able to come face to face. Because you don't say it to me and think I ain't finna try to tear your head off as soon as I get close to you.
Well,
You
so
understand
you're not gonna wait till a fight night. You're gonna get it in that day.
Because some things are too because sometimes you go a little bit beyond respect. That's disrespectful. If you disrespect me on any level, we fighting then. Now I'm gonna try to hold it together but if you disrespect me, which is what he just did, I'm not gonna ask him about what he's talking about. When I get close enough, I'm finna show him what I ain't talking about. You understand where I'm coming from? So there's a difference. That's why I say you gotta know the difference from the old school and the new school. Had he said that in my day, they could not. I would tell him, listen, whatever y'all do, don't let me get close to him.